Hey, what's up, Kabroda crew? Welcome back to the live stream. I'm Gross Monkey, and I'll be talking about the battle box today, and kind of going over the trade setups, and yeah, just really just setting it up for this morning, seeing what we're doing. Good morning to everybody. Looks like I got some messages in the chat. Streetmaker saying yesterday had a nice setup. Yeah. That trade we did last week well, I mean, I kind of talked about closing on the call, but we basically, that was kind of the end of it right there, right on the call. Then it almost made it look like it's going to go up, and then it ended up turning around and going back down, exact same as we talked about on the, on the call. So let's head on over to trading view. I'll show you guys kind of where we were at last week. So we had that breakdown here, and this is where we were talking about taking that trade. It started to go down, and then it basically turned around and fired right back up. So we were talking about getting out, like right here, actually. I mean, we kind of started to question it here, and then by the time with like talking to Battle Box and everything, the time that I actually said, okay, let's get out, it was right about here. So we ended up not really losing any money technically if we had actually taken this. And then it ended up actually firing up, so it would have ripped our stop up. And then it didn't end up taking off. It just kind of did like a bull trap right here, and then turned around and ended up firing straight back down where we thought it would do. Then it kind of traded down to sideways the rest of the weekend, and then through Monday, there's a couple of good trades in here. We went over them in the market recap, the daily market recap. So if you want to check that out, check out Mondays. You'll see some of the trades we were looking at yesterday. But for now, let's get on into the setting up the battle box. So first things first, I'm gonna close down our live stream lines that we have on here, and I'm also gonna take off my trades from, or the potential trades for last Thursday. And then we'll start off with getting our screenshots. So going to 4 hour, double click all these, and then we're gonna get our screenshot for the 4 hour. Get our screenshot for the 1 hour. Screenshot for the 15-minute. And then one for the 5-minute. Awesome. Okay, and then we're gonna head to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna say let's do a DMR. And then the last, I didn't actually like set it up today, so the last thing that we're gonna, or the last couple things we're gonna need is we're gonna need a VRVP. So we're gonna head back to our trading view, and we're gonna go to the, let's go to the hour, it'll be easiest. And you're gonna go to the crosshairs here, and then you're gonna do down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's going to be fixed range volume profile, just like always. Then we're going to head to 7 o'clock on the previous day. So today's the 5th of August. So we're going to go to the 4th at 7 o'clock. So right here to 7 o'clock today. And that's going to be our first set of FRVP lines. So for me, I have my lines all set up for the live stream, so we're going to go over to the 24-hour ones and just turn them on. If you don't have these, it's just a I believe it's just called array, but I think there's more to it. It's a horizontal array. So if you just press Alt J, you can get one of these two, and then mine are just mine are purple with a white text in the middle of the line. If you want to go ahead and set up the same exact thing as me. And I'm just going to line these up pretty much with these other lines. So your volume area high will go to the red line on top. Your POC will go to this yellow line here. And then your VAL will go to the blue line on the bottom. So you should end up with something like this. And then the other thing, the next set of lines we're gonna do is we're gonna just take these ones off the chart. So hide them real fast, and then we're gonna grab the one on the little dot on the previous day at 7 o'clock, and we're gonna drag that to today at 3 o'clock. And then we're gonna turn on. I have my morning ones. So these are my morning POC and such. Morning FRVP levels. I'm just going to drag them over so I can grab them really easily. And then same thing, you're just putting the POC goes on yellow, volume area low goes on blue, and volume area high goes on red. So we'll zoom in a little bit here, get them nice and lined up. Boom. Just like that. Then you can go ahead and just get rid of the FRVP line zone range here. So if you just click on it, delete it. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take screenshots of both sets of lines. So this one first. Just take a small little screenshot of just getting the lines. And then I'm going to go turn these off and turn back on my 24-hour ones and get a screenshot of that as well. And then the last thing that we're going to do on here, and you can leave these lines on now. The last thing that we're going to do on here is we're going to go to our 30-minute, go to 7:30. So the candle for 7:30, so it's just going to be this one. You can see at the bottom it says 7:30 down here. So 7:30, and then up at the top, and there's right next to where it says like Bitcoin. I'm on Bitcoin Tether perpetual contract on Wex is what my chart's on, but if you go over from there, it'll have a O and H and L, a C, and then a bunch of different numbers. You're looking for the number next to the H and the number next to the L. So that's going to be your high and your low. So the high for the 30-minute is going to be 114,469. So I'm going to go ahead and type that into my our battle box system. Let's see, what was it again? 114,469. Sweet. So we got that one in there, and then we're gonna get our low next. And our low will be 113,423. Sweet. So we got all our levels for our trading, our battle box here. So we got all the screenshots up to the top, and then we got, let's do the DMR, and then we got our 30-minute levels here at the bottom. So we'll just send that in, and we'll see what ChatGPT says. All right. So ChatGPT, we got all the levels that we needed for it, which is what it tells us right at the top. And then we scroll down a little bit, and we got our. If you haven't been here before, we got our different charts, and it's telling us kind of what it sees inside of those charts. So the just different screenshots we sent it, and then it'll show us our support levels, which really we only need the resistance and support, the POC and the 2 volume areas we already know. Breakout trigger and breakdown trigger are going to be pretty close to our morning volume area high and volume area low, and then it will give us some kind of execution kind of way that we're going to do it. So yeah, let's switch on over to our trading view and kind of take a look at the chart and see what it says about the different levels that we're going to be well, the different what it kind of sees in the chart, like bullish bias. We'll see what it says. So give me a second. I'm going to get the chart set up, and then we'll check it out. Yeah. So the 4 hour, the structure is range bound with a slight bullish tilt. And we can kind of see that right here. So we got that move down here, which is great. And but then now we're kind of in this almost bearish pendant coming up, bouncing off here coming up. I guess it's more one of these. There, coming up, and then you can see we're kind of breaking out of it to the downside. So we got that tilt of bullish up, but it is definitely looking more bearish than bullish for right now, at least on the pattern chart side. We got volume compression near the prior volume area high, right up here, and then momentum RSI turning upwards from mid zone. So it actually is saying that it's thinking we got a more bullish look on here. I would say the opposite, I think. We're kind of crossing bearish here on the MACD. It looks like it's starting to curl back down, or we're going to get a bearish cross pretty soon. The RSI is technically, it was bullish up to this point, but you can see we're starting to curl over. The purple's dipping below. We could see, as of right now, it's kind of neutral, but we're kind of looking for it to kind of cross over right here, over, down, over, and then start curling down, which would mean purple would kind of just stay underneath it. And then you got the stoaches are curling down, which, as we always say, it's not really a long time frame indicator, but still something to look at. So you can see that is definitely curling down. Head on over to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour, we got structure mid-range pushing, attempting to break out. Yeah, so I guess I could see that. If you're saying like this is the pattern, we're attempting to break to the downside. I don't know. I don't like that, but yeah, it's saying you could say this is probably better. So right here you get the run up, and then you got a curl back down, and then you got another bump back down, and then another bump here. So I'd say more than that whatever I just drew on there. I would say this is more of a head and shoulders right here. You got your left shoulder, head, and then your right shoulder. So it's looking more bearish. MACD is curling downwards, so you had it start to curl upwards, and then it spiked off of, or rejected off of the slower moving average and kind of broke down here, showing bearish. You got RSI is curling downwards, also bearishly. It kind of had a nice run up, and you can see yellow's just having a nice slow curl over. So very bearish. And then you got Stoches are currently down bearish as well. Head on to the 15-minute. So structure is coiling between 114,500 resistance. So 114,500, that's about our volume area low for the 24-hour. Just a smidge above it. Spike at session open, compression post spike. So we had this spike here, and then we're kind of just compressing right here through the thing. But it is definitely looking like more of a bearish flag if we continue to compress here, which would put us at about 112,800-ish. Spirit Maker saying we're below the 200 MA on the 1 and the 4. Yep. Yes, that's not a great sign. The one thing too could be watching for is the for it to turn here at least is the 21 here kind of came down and scooped price action, so we got a nice curl under. So that could be something to watch for. I wouldn't be too. 21 is like the weaker of the two. So it's not necessarily like something that I would be like, oh man, we're definitely going to go up because we're bouncing on this 21 on the 4-hour. But it is something to be cautious of, so we want to see price action break below and kind of stay below that before we take a trade to the downside. But yeah, we are below both of those, so it's essentially what that means is we're pretty bearish, at least in our generalized bias of the market. We're going to be more bearish. Back to that 15-minute, we're talking about that flag. We got the MACD curling down. Your RSI is also curling down too. Did see news something at 10 CST could play in price action. Yeah, we'll check that out. After I get done with this, I'll go check out the news. I'll let y'all know. So then last chart we're going to be looking at is the 5-minute. So you see that flag is kind of the same on the 5-minute too. Maybe we could even hone it in a little bit more. Something a little bit more like that. Oops. Wow, I'm screwing this up. There we go. So you got that flag there. You got MACD is curling back upwards. You can see it kind of is losing its momentum here. RSI, the purple actually broke upwards, so you can see that yellow start to curl up now. As of right now, it's still technically bearish, but we're looking more bullish as it goes on. Same with MACD, still technically bearish, but looking to be more bullish. And then you got Stoches are bullish, firing upwards. So we'll kind of see what happens here. We could go up, maybe hit this 21 or so, and then that will be the end of the flag here, and we'll fire downwards. Who knows? Could take off either way. But yeah, something to kind of look out for. as of right now, I'd say we're more bearish on the market overall. But let's check out that news real fast. So I'm going to head to, you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to head to cryptocraft.com. And I'm going to go to the 5th of August, kind of see what's happening today. So we got it's actually at 9, but we got a US ISM service PMI. It's only rated as a like medium level of impact on the market, so we'll kind of see. But yeah, that is something to watch out for, Spirit Maker. Not something I would probably base my whole trading day off of, but yeah, something to watch out for. So let's get those daily support and resistance run on our charts while we're up here. So turn these on. And then I'm just going to change them. So daily resistance is going to be at 114,750. And daily support, that'll be at 113,100. Oh man, must have screwed up on the resistance. I think I missed a number or something. So do 114,750. And then 113,100. Okay, so our daily resistance is actually right at the PLC, so I'm just going to take that off. And we'll just know this is kind of resistance zone. Maybe we'll even go to the drawing tool here and grab a rectangle and just drew a little rectangle there. Whoops. Meant to drop that second. There we go. Kind of see our little triangle there, or little rectangle there of our zone. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what ChatGPT or our Battle Box system has to say about today for the oh, interesting. Oh yeah, so that's interesting. So I didn't know we updated it like this, but if you are checking out our Battle Box and you see this, the news alert, you can just click on this and it'll take you to that site I was talking about. So from the site, there's like a like calendar on the left side, and if you scroll down a little bit, you can go to, it says crypto calendar, and you can click on that, and that'll be more tailored to the actual crypto market. But I mean, you could just use this site too as well, and that'll be fine. So any folders that are red, that's going to be ones that are high impact, and then any folders that are orange are going to be medium impact, and then yellow is just like it's just it's news, but it's not anything you should be really worried about. Okay. So execution considerations. So we got a bias bullish. Wow. So yeah, It really thinks we're bullish right now. It's saying only take breakout longs above 114,640.69. Flag breaks or retest holds. Yeah, so basically it's got to break the 24-hour volume rate low before we take a long. Invalidation zone, reclaim of 14,200, invalidates breakout attempt. So let's actually ask it about this. So I'm seeing it being more bearish. So I'm actually going to say I think the charts are looking more bearish than bullish. Can you I said I think the charts are looking more bearish than bullish. Can you explain why they are looking more bullish? I'm wondering if I sent it. No? This is weird. $15-minute. So it's saying if the 15-minute breaks down from the flag and closes below 13,423 with volume, the 5-minute forms a lower high rejection off 14,400 with the Josh volume and price closes 13,100 trap base with no bounce. Then bears bias locks in. So I don't know. I'm thinking we're looking more bearish, but it's basically saying it doesn't think so. So I don't know. I'm still gonna be leaning more towards that bearish side for trading today, at least, especially since we're under all of the 200s. That's actually something I'm gonna bring up with it. So. So it's not the battle box system said that. Actually, let's see. It says that being under the 200 on the 5-minute. Actually, I think it was like 15 or something. I don't remember. Means we lean more bearish. Let's break down with the KT. So yes, and the 5-minute 200 typically means we have a short bias. Yeah, in between. Yeah, we technically haven't gotten that breakdown yet. You're right, Surmaker. So we're gonna have to have that breakdown and then retest the volume varied low. I'm just thinking we're more bearish. Trying to figure out why it thinks we're bullish. And maybe it is just because we haven't gotten that breakdown yet. let's just say, so that another thing that we've updated recently, so after you do the market recap, you can ask it what its battle plan is today. And it can give you some potential, I guess, ideas on how you could trade the market today. So let's try that out. What's your battle plan for today? Price position, calling under upper value below 14,500 trap ledge, volume behavior balance with morning absorption at heights, HEF structure context 1 and 4 hour favored bullish continuation unless 113 423 breaks. So we got breakout push. 14,469 is broken, which is essentially, if we go back to trading view, that's essentially like right here below our 24 and this morning POC. So if we come up and we break this and then retest, that would be where we get in. If you see a wick and then a stall under 14,400 though, that's where it's saying it'd be better. So if you see a wick up, hit it, and then come back down and stall right under here on the 15-minute, then it's time not to take the trade. The other play it's saying is we break the low here. It's actually saying a little bit lower. Wow, so it wants you to break this candle here and then come down and retest it and then go down, and it's saying that will be our breakdown play. But I don't know, I think you could just break here, retest, and then break down, and that's where you get in. Something more like this trade here is probably what I'd be looking at for the day. And then we'll get that nice cross down to, what was it? It was like 112 something. I think that we said. Yeah, something like that. So really, I guess, take the trade up to something there. Something like that. That's kind of what we'll be looking at for today. You could be trading up. That is definitely at least somewhat in the cards. The battle box definitely sees a up trade more than a down trade, so that's something to look at. But for me, I'm looking more for probably the bearish side unless it starts to confirm that upside. Which if it does, then I'm going to be flipping and I'll say, hey, let's get in and let's go bullish, which as I'm talking right now, it's trying, but yeah, we got to see that confirmation and that break up here before I would say let's go more bullish. Yeah, so that battle plan, Street Maker, is what we're doing right now. So it'll just say, you just ask it for the battle plan, and then it kind of gives you a couple different strategies you might employ for the day, which again, it's not financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only, but it'll tell you kind of like, oh, if we break out here, then this is kind of what we're looking for, or maybe there'll be a trap long, a breakdown play, fade short. It's kind of just telling you like the different levels to watch out for, if it's going to do that kind of strategy or if it's going to break down. And then also kind of tells you like if you see this happen when you're trying to take or look at maybe possibly taking one of these, or at least paper trading one of these, then that is where it's going to fail. So like we see the wick and then the stall under 14,400, that's where that breakout would fail. And then the next thing it has is different resistance zones that we could be watching for. So like if we break this, well, it really would start here. So like 14,500, if we see like a nice break of 14,500, then we're going to be looking for that 14,750 is going to be our next kind of level. Or if we break down, if we break if we break below that level I was kind of talking about on the chart, and we start to get that short, then we'd be kind of looking for a 13,100 to be kind of our first kind of breakdown into the, like as it breaks down, that's the level we're going to be watching first, 13,100. So that's basically our daily support level right there. And then as it continues down, we'll see possibly see like a nice wick to that flag that we were talking about on the thing, and then it'll give you volatility to watch. So like basically if there's not, just kind of stuff to watch out for, really, like if there's news, different volume levels, fake outs, that kind of stuff. And then the last thing is just kind of notes on the day for like the different levels that we were just talking about, or different trades that we're talking about. It kind of gives you some notes maybe on those. So today's our bull SPY stands until 13,423 breaks with confirmation under 5-minute 200 EMA. There's a momentum warning, no full bias flip. Prepare bear route only if support flush continues via volume. So it's basically just saying we need to be cautious here. Yeah, it's kind of what the basic excuse me. It's what the basic battle plan will look like. So if you ask it for a battle plan, that's essentially how it should look. And yeah, we'll just kind of wait it out today. We're kind of looking at all of these. Like I said, I'm leaning more to the bearish side, but we definitely could see that bullish breakout. So if that is what happens, then we probably will have a nice little run up today, honestly. And it is trying again. So we had that it really tried, and then it broke down and started to go bearish, which if we see another one of those candles, it's definitely going to be breaking down. We're going to be going bearish. But for right now, this is a pretty strong green candle. We actually had the it's actually engulfing, so I don't know, we're looking more up at least as of now. But like I said, we start to see that breakdown here, that's most likely what we're going to see. So right now it's kind of the critical point. Are we going to go down? Are we going to go up? Kind of going to decide what the rest of the day is going to look like. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're checking out the levels. If you all are looking for our levels, go ahead and check them out on X. We'll be posting them here in the next couple hours. There'll be all the levels for today, along with a link to the replay of this video if you want to go and watch it again. We also just brought out our new TikTok, so make sure you check that out. If you're interested, there'll be some videos. Mostly they'll just be clips from our YouTube videos, but yeah, if anything, just give us a follow. It always helps the channel grow. And then yeah, we'll be we got that new history of Bitcoin video out as of last week, as well as a battle box episode 2, I believe. Might have been 1. No, 2 should have come out. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. That'll kind of go over how we're setting up the battle box. We got 4 or 5 episodes, I believe, to come. So Those will be releasing weekly, so make sure you're staying up to date with those if you're interested in the battle box. They'll kind of show you how to set it up, show you the tips and tricks on those. Yeah, excited. We excited for weeks to come, but for right now, just be looking for that breakdown level and that takeoff level, and we will catch you tomorrow at 8 for the next live stream. So see y'all then. Have a good day.